Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday. This is Sunday, July 13th. Welcome to our Sunday edition of our leadership call. My name is Miriam Kareem, and I am super excited. We have had an action-packed weekend with many boot camps and many opportunity meetings in Atlanta. Is it Atlanta or is it Roswell, Georgia? And then in North Carolina. So it's been exciting. My boot camp, I don't know why I keep saying boot camp. My opportunity meeting is coming up next Sunday, but and then there's another one in Coppers Cove, Texas. So if you can get there or invite some people there, please do. I have a quick note I want to touch on from the Newbie Corner. So I was reading Coach Will, but in Coach Will, I am not trying to plug the book, but I just had something I was really thinking about when I was reading, was it yesterday, chapter 12 and chapter 13. Chapter 12 really touched on, for me, posture. And it's like you will not waste your time if you have posture. You just won't. If you don't, you're going to waste a lot of time. So keep that in mind. And that's what I got from that book. Actually, chapter 13, I was just like, wow, if I don't apply these, I might be filing for chapter 13. I just thought about that too. So make sure that if you have not gotten that book, please, when it comes back, get the book. But that being said, I'd like to introduce y'all to our teacher tonight, Coach Will Zanders. He is a multiple seven-figure earner in the network marketing world, an amazing teacher, a six-figure earner over at Goldesada, a seven-figure earner at HBN, and just a great teacher. An amazing teacher can get you to where your business needs to be. Please just be coachable and listen to what he has to say. Coach Will Zanders, are you available, sir?
Miriam, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're a little choppy, but I can hear you.
No? Oh, hold on, let me see if I can fix that. Sit tight. Hold on 1 second. Let me do a little audio. Uh, all right. Is that better, Miriam?
Yeah,
Is that
it's a
better
little
or
bit
no?
better. Yes, it's better now.
I don't know what. Okay, yeah. Well, it is what it is. I'm on the road, heading back to the beautiful sunny state of Florida from North Carolina, but I had to stop and get this call done because we don't miss giving information. These calls are not something that everybody gets to do or able to do. It is a blessing and a privilege. It's an honor, really, for us, myself, and the whole leadership team. I'm sure I speak for them as well. That we get to pour into you as a team on a weekly basis. We appreciate the opportunity to do that. So thank y'all, and thank you, Miriam, for that kind introduction, and thank you, Coach Marcus, as well. So for hosting the Zoom. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna hop off. I do have notes, but we've got some fun updates, and we just took a lot away, honestly, from the trainings that we had this weekend, and we'll share some of that information tonight. In particular, I want to thank Charlotte, Kenya, Derek, and Lynette, and Coach Sonic as well for all that they brought to the table in Roswell. Absolutely fantastic, as always. And I also want to thank specifically Rasan and his wife Trisha, and Janice as well. Janice came down from about 10 miles away. Her and Rasan are basically neighbors, and I got to hang out with them today. So I want to thank them for just taking the initiative. They had over, if you add the two groups up, it was over 50 some people that I got a chance to meet with, most of which I didn't know in the last 24 hours. So it's been amazing. And not quite sure what happened there. Yeah, but it was a great weekend all the way around. So put a one in the chat if you can hear me okay. Hopefully, wait, China says she can't hear me. Uh, let me see. All right, we're good. All right, well, let's try to get this done before the signal out here goes bonkers or something. All right. Give me one sec. All right. So the thing that we really got a chance to take away quick hit too as well. Thank you, Miriam, for the complimentary your kind words about the book as well. As of today, we are that was yesterday. We are sold out of every book. The Lie You Called Your Life, The Hidden Empire was already sold out. For making your first $1 million in network marketing also sold out. Did huge order in for yesterday, so we have books in this week from the publisher, and I don't know if we'll have any more for the rest of the year at that time. It's just a lot that goes into that when you're self-publishing and filling orders, and but we will have them all back in real soon, and that'll probably be the last batch for the year. But that's okay. The people who needed them got them, and you can share the wealth. But we'll let you know when those are available again. We'll update the website. So thank you so much for that. But that being said, to me is really not about business per se. It's going to be about the people, and it's going to be about people that are going to be interested and wanting and needing to be a part of your business. Tonight, we're going to be talking about one or two things that really determine, and I mean really determine, whether or not someone joins you and stays, or they don't join, or they join and then they quit. And we'll talk about those. The main thing that I've yeah, I know I didn't hit the mute button. I have no idea what happened there. No clue. But hopefully you can hear me now. Put a one in the chat. Let me know if we're still good. And we just gonna make it through. Let me know if we're still good. Put a one in the chat, and we will keep it going. Okay, we'll try it again. I don't know what happened there. We'll just try it again, try to get through it. Thank you for your patience. But tonight, talking about the thing that really determines whether or not someone joins your business and stays and wins, or do they not join? We're going to be talking about tonight the things that determine whether or not someone joins and then do anything. They quit. Okay, we're going to talk about that. And the main core of that is going to be belief. And as I said before we got cut off, we talk about belief on these calls and in business, and we talk about faith and believing in yourself. And we talk about it so much that I don't want it to get watered down. I don't want you to think that just because you hear a lot about talking about belief specifically, that it's not something that's really, really important. When we're around something for a while, it's very easy for us to not be able to forget how important it is. Okay, it's very easy for us to not realize that things that we take for granted that we don't know, being a part of this team in this industry, our prospects, new team members, they don't know what we know. They don't have the belief and the faith like we have. Okay, I just want to be really, really clear about that. They don't have it like you have it. You got to give it to them, okay? Just think back to when you started in the industry. Think back to how much, okay? Think back to you didn't know. Well, I'm breaking up. Is that what I'm being told right now? Okay, that's really interesting. I got full bars. Let me try to do one thing different to try to make it go, because it's just the part of the state I'm in. Let me try to do one thing. Okay, if I'm clear, we'll just try it again. If not, we'll just wrap it and we'll do it another day. No problem. It happens sometimes. It happens. Just keep me in the loop. keep me in the loop. Let me know. I must just not be in the right area. Okay. But we're going to be talking about. Now, here's the thing. People sometimes will not join this business because they don't believe in the industry. Okay, that's first and foremost. And I just don't want you to forget that. because your new team members are going to be going through that type of stuff. And I saw it this weekend loud and clear, and it just reminded me that we really got to reemphasize that. And I'm gonna give you some real examples. Okay, some real examples of how that happens, and it'll happen for your people. Don't worry, it happened this weekend in both groups, and it'll happen for you. So we want to deal with that now. The other reason, the thing that gives people a lot of trouble, is going to be that they don't build once they join. See, they don't join because they don't believe in the industry. They don't build because they don't believe in themselves. All right. Our job as leaders, and your job as leaders, isn't just to give people a link or a video, although that's part of your job, to share the plan and show the plan. Your job is going to instill belief faster than fear can talk them out of their dream. Let me say it another way. Your job is not just to give the presentation or get the information to them. Your job is to install belief faster than disbelief can talk them out of their dream. Okay? Now put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. Let me just see if that makes sense. Okay? And I saw it all weekend, and we'll be talking about it. Now, the 2 belief blocks, the first one we just referenced is lack of belief in the industry. Now, people have been lied to about network marketing. They've been told that college is the best way to make money, go get a good job, go to 4-year degree. But for some reason, they don't see that as a scam, and I get that. But they think network marketing can be a scam, a lottery ticket, some pyramid scheme thing, the broke cousin with the opinions, right? But they don't have no money. You have to fix that, because that will prevent your prospect from joining the opportunity. You have to fix that. And you can fix it. It's important. It's better if you fix it early with some quality industry validation. And that can be stories, that can be 3-way calls, that can be coming to an event where top earners are in front of the room telling their true stories about what the industry's done for them. It can be done with something as simple as a video. Okay, let me now look, because what is remembered is repeated, and what is repeated is remembered. Put in the chat your favorite industry validation video. Doesn't matter which one it is, but put them in the chat. Let me see what your favorite industry validation videos are. Or what's your favorite tools, okay, for validating the industry? There's several. We got at least half a dozen. But the reason they're important is because that video is going to help remove the disbelief that your prospect has about the industry. Okay, does that make sense? You have to remove the disbelief that your prospect has. The live testimonials are amazing. Okay, band class is amazing. Brilliant compensation is amazing. Okay, Coach Marcus Opportunity Call, also amazing, right? Coach Charlotte Whitaker, Robert Kiyosaki's The Perfect Business. All of these tools, and that's easy, our top 4 or 5 right there. They're so good, but does anybody notice what those tools do? They make your belief stronger and more confident, but what they also do is they help to get your customers and your prospects to believe in the products and the opportunity. That's why they're so effective. Thank you, Shauna. They validate the industry. This is important. I mean, top tier, crucial. Crucial. Because if you don't fix that with education, they probably won't join. Or if they do join, they're going to quit very, very, very quickly. All right. Now, once people join, sometimes they just don't do anything. They get excited and they don't do anything. And a lot of and they believe in the industry, but they don't believe in themselves. And they say things like, you know, man, I can't sell product, or nobody's buying anything, or my people won't do anything, things like that. Or they just freeze, don't do anything, use the products, and then quietly quit and don't tell you because they don't want to hurt your feelings. They don't want to disappoint you. Okay. These individuals, they believe that network marketing works, but not for them. I'll say it again for emphasis. They believe that network marketing works, but not for them. They know what we do. They seen us. They know. They might have seen what you do. They know. but they don't believe that it'll work for them because they don't know what they're doing. And how do you fix that? You have to show them exact steps. I mean, what I call, you have to give them strong directional leadership. You got to give them exact steps that are not just simple. The steps have to be duplicatable. And if you do that, and you make sure you validate the industry, they will have enough belief in the industry, the products, obviously, themselves, to do the work that it takes to become successful. Now, on our last call, and on the 2 meetings we did, we talked about the 3 levels of content, okay? Now, confused reps quit. You can go ahead and write that down. Confused reps quit. Thank you, baby. Yep, education is required. Confused reps quit. Confident reps build. I'll say it again. Confused reps quit. This is not up for debate. Confused prospects don't even join. They have no idea what's going on. Okay? No idea what's going on. But a confident rep will build. Okay? The kid just brought up a great one. Yeah, Coach's Corner, another industry validation tool. It's hard. Let me just pause for a second. It's hard to get on the Wednesday night call, 8 p.m. Central, Coach Sonic, Coach's Corner. And you know, I love all our calls, but I'll just talk about this one because Nakia brought up a great point, as she always does. It's hard for a person, a prospect or a guest, by the way, that call's good for everybody, by the way, to get on with a prospect or a guest on a call where they have dozens of people that are plugged in, engaging, having an all-out great time. Do you know it's hard for a person to get on that call and get off that call and go, this stuff don't work, this industry's crazy? It's hard. It's hard for a person to get on a call. And that type of call is different from my call because it's very, very interactive on purpose. That's by design. They don't call them the people's coach for nothing. Okay? It's hard for a person to get off a call like that and not feel confident. Just like it's hard for a person to go to a live meeting and leave that room and go, I don't believe in any of this stuff. It's just hard. Okay? So the validation part is huge. It's huge. It's so important. Now, confused reps quit, confident reps build. And what we've been teaching is the confidence in 3 levels of information. Now, the first, again, level 1, we talked about it. Level 1 content is how to do it content. How do I do this? How do I ride the bike? That is very important because clarity removes confusion. But then we have level 2 content. How to do it better. How do I ride the bike faster? How do I use these little gears, the speeds on the 10-speed bike, okay? When you do that, reps feel their skill growing when you teach them how to do something better. You teach them how to do something that's good. You teach them how to do something better, that is better. But then you have my favorite, which is level 3 content, and that is really a mindset shift. That is not how to do it, but why they do it, why you do it, or an entirely different way of looking at it that makes level 1 and 2 almost obsolete. For example, if level 1 is how to ride a bike, that's important, it's very valuable. Level 2 is how to ride a bike faster. Again, very, very valuable, very confident skill. Level 3 would be introducing them to the fact that cars do exist and that they can afford one. That just blows level 1 and 2 all the way out of the water, okay? Because belief replaces fear, okay? Confidence, belief, understanding, faith, these things replace fear. You can't erase fear. You have to replace it with confidence. That's a bar, write that down. You cannot erase fear. You can't just make it go away. If it goes away, it's because the confidence is there. It has to have its opposite somewhere around. Luckily for you, confidence will beat fear for sure, every time. But a lot of times in our industry, confidence is not the default. You got to kind of build that. Okay. Yeah, the shift in mindset. Yeah, Kenya's story is one of the most, it is bananas. It's bananas. I'm not even gonna tell it tonight. Y'all, if you weren't there, then that's on y'all. But it is bananas. I've heard it a couple of times, and I can tell you, it will shake you to your core in a good way. in a good way. Okay. So the launch plan for a new rep, and again, based on your upline and based on your coaches, you can do this however you want to do it. I'm just going to give you the way that I recommend, and you can take notes on this or not, doesn't really matter. In Nashville, you will receive a printout of the detailed launch plan, you know, how to launch a new rep and build that belief in it. It's very important. And if you're attending Nashville online, you'll receive an email PDF and you can follow along with it. But I recommend you get it, you make copies, and you use it when getting your reps gone through this new process. And um, most of this within the next week, I'm gonna just let y'all know now. You can take notes or not. Most of this will be, I'm not gonna say automated, but you'll be able to fill out most of this form online. And what I'm going to recommend you do after I finish talking about, I'm going to recommend that next week when it's done, you go online and you go through this quick start checklist. And I recommend you go through it yourself, even if you've already done the steps, do them again. I'm going to tell you, if you already done Hot Market, don't do that again because you've already done it 10 times. You only need to do it once and you're certified to teach it. So you can skip that one. But other than that, I recommend you go through the steps and I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to tell you why me going through these steps, even though I don't have to, it made Rasan some money today. All right. At his meeting, and we'll talk about it. Okay. So the quick start checklist, and you don't have to write this down. It'll all be online for you, totally free, totally available this week. Okay. We're automating that. And I recommend that when you sponsor a new rep in the future, okay, and you can wait till Nashville to start doing it. You don't have to do it now. It's up to you. I don't recommend you do it now unless you're a pro. Okay. But I'm telling people to get this done in 7 days. It's 6 steps, get it done in 7 days. And the reason I say get it done in 7 days is twofold. Number one, you do want them to get their confidence and get their belief up as fast as possible, number one. But number two, you want them to make their money back. But number two, if they do complete it in 7 days, I have a very nice gift for them, a reward for finishing their onboarding training, and that gives them some motivation. So you don't have to do that. You can have some free giveaways or products or things like that. But you tell your new rep, I'm going to go through this process with you. I'm not just telling you what to do. I want you to complete it. It's online. And after you complete the pieces, you let me know and we get back and forth. We get with each other and talk about your biggest takeaways and things of that nature. All right. You really got to work with them. When you understand that you only need 2 and now 3 people to be successful, you can't be afraid to spend some time with them in the beginning when they're going through this process after they've joined. Because people are in business for themselves, but not by themselves. And I want to make that very clear. So I do recommend that when you go through the process online next week, if you choose to, you'll see the value and you'll go, okay, I understand how to get this done in 7 days, is 6 steps. And at the end of that, if my new rep completes it on time, which they should, I'm going to have a nice reward for them. And I'll have a list for you, a nice free things that you can do that are very, very nice, very appreciative, ton of value that you don't have to pay money to do. But if you do want to get them something nice, you can. I highly recommend it. You only need to write 2 or 3. So it's okay to spend some money on a nice Amazon gift for a person that, quite frankly, has the likelihood to change not only their life, but change yours too. Okay. But there will be some free stuff. Do not worry. So step number 1 is going to be, of course, we already know this. We're integrating the best system. We're integrating, the best system is baked into this. So don't worry. But it's going to be to order their product, right? It's going to be to order the appropriate amount of product. Everybody already knows that. You've already done that. You don't need to do it again. But I do recommend you go through the steps and just click on it that you've already done it, that you completed it. So you can see the next step. The second step is going to be to run the Hot Market script. That's going to build belief and confidence the same way that ordering and using the product is going to build belief through use. Okay. And running the Hot Market script is step 2. In the chat, how many people have ever made any money using the Hot Market system? Just put it in the chat. Just put in the chat. How many people? Yeah, anybody, right? So all of you who've made money with the Hot Market system, you don't have to go do it again. Some of y'all just be doing it just because. You don't have to go do it again, but you need to understand that you qualify to teach. You're certified to teach. You are Hot Market certified. That's something you need to be teaching your new rep. And that's at step 2. Help them make some money. That's important. Then you go to step 3. This is very important. You send the business announcement text to everyone in your cell phone that doesn't fall into these three categories. Category A, people you already contacted about Hot Market. You don't send them a business announcement text. Category 2, people you don't like at all. You don't have to use a business announcement text to people that you don't like, that it just happen to be in your phone. You don't have to do that. And then 3, people who are already in your social media contacts. You don't need to use a business announcement text with them. But everybody else, the business announcement text, very, very, very powerful. And remember, it's as simple as, hey, Rasan, it's Will. Can you do me a favor? Please share this link with anyone you know who really cares about their health. Okay, thanks so much. Or my personal favorite I've been using lately, okay, hey, Rasan, it's Will. Can you do me a favor? Please share this link with anyone you know who wants to make some extra money. Thanks so much. Okay. Very, very, very important text there. Look, Sana says she's still doing it. I'm not mad at it. Okay, now remember that business announcement text because it's going to become very valuable later. All right. Then once they complete that step, that may take a day or so, they move on to step 4. And that's going to be posting your content on social media. Okay, you need to do at least one post, at least one story, at least one Facebook reel, and at least one Facebook Live. And if you need to take a day to join some groups and add a bunch of people, or take 2 days to do that, you can. If you need to take a day to get your profile all tightened up and make sure that you're working with them to make sure that their profile isn't garbage. Some people's profiles it's just so bad, right? You need to make sure your new rep's profile is not trash. I'm just being honest with you. That's part of your job. And then the next day or that evening, you post their content, a post, a story, a reel, and a live. You have now officially launched your content on social media. You can keep doing it if you want, and a lot of people do, and they have success with that. But mandatory, you only got to do it once. You got to get it out the way, okay? Got to get it out the way. Then they move to step 5. Okay, now this is something that I do that is a little bit different, but we're going to open this up for people until it runs out. And at the 5th step, when I'm working with the new rep, and we're not going to start this till probably closer to Nashville, but I do it. I personally still have over, I got to be close to 500,000 leads, 500,000. Okay. And the reason why this is valuable is because August, but definitely September, maybe August, but definitely September, at least for pros, people who understand this concept, we're going to be giving away, I'm gonna try to lead program one more time. It's just so valuable for me. Every year when we try it and then somebody messes it up, I want to do it again because it's still working for me. And I'm like, I'm not gonna email 500,000 people in no time soon. I want other people to have access to it for free. And I keep trying to do it. I'll try to do it one last time. I hope we can just play the game properly this time. And I'll talk to the people who ruined it last time. Hopefully they won't ruin it again. Okay. And so for your new rep that's joining, you don't have to do this stuff, but your new rep has to understand, at least as far as August, maybe September, just understand step 5, if they're at 100 CV, at least on the GoDasana side, okay, because the pay plan balance there is so aggressive, I got to get y'all paid. It's just, it's time. If they're at 100 CV but GoDasana, for international team members, it'll be 50 BV. On the 1st of the month, they're going to get 20 leads. They'll get a little Excel spreadsheet with 20 leads. Well, why not 100? Because people were never going through the full 100, number one. They just weren't doing it. It was overwhelming. But what's more important than the number is the consistency. And so I recommend when you get 20 leads, I recommend you teach your new team member to email 1 lead a day, Monday through Friday. Email 1 lead a day, Monday through Friday. Don't do it all in one day. I would actually advise that I'm gonna just do all 20 in one day. See, that's the problem. People aren't coachable. I'm gonna do all of them in one day. And then they never build the habit. You have to build the habit. It has to become part of your routine where you do a text or email at least once a day. You have to you can build your business in 15 minutes a day. I think Ed had the Big Al book out earlier about building your business in 15 minutes a day. This is incredible for busy people. And I've already paid for it. You get to get it for free. It's very valuable. You don't understand how valuable it is because you've never done it long enough to sponsor people. But I have. So I know it works. They're still with us today. That's the crazy part. Some are still with me today. And I want you to have the same experience. But even more important than that, you're here anyway. I want you to leverage it for your new team members so that they have a better experience. Every generation to seek to improve on the next. To put a 1 in the chat and see if that makes sense. Okay. And the reason why 1 email a day, 5 days a week is so valuable. Okay. Well, I'll tell you why it's valuable in a second. All right. But let's move on to number 6. And let me say this too. You will have the exact copy and paste email that I've refined over the last 2 years. It's literally perfect. And this is what I said. People always mess this part up. They mess it up. When I tell you the copy and paste email to send, I know you're super smart. I know you're smarter than me. I know you got 11 degrees and you went to MIT. I know that. But when you change the verbiage, you decrease your results. I've just seen it happen too many. Please, for the love of all that's good and holy, do not change anything. I know you want to. I know all of you want to reinvent the wheel. I know, I get it. You want to be creative. You want to be unique. You want to stand out. I get it. But this is not a circus. You don't need to stand out. It's okay if you look like everybody else in the crowd of network marketing, as long as all of them are making money and you are too. This is a business. McDonald's is McDonald's is McDonald's is McDonald's, and they really don't stand out from other McDonald's. They really don't. Okay? So I'm going to politely recommend that, because if you change it, you're going to mess it up. You won't get the response rate even close to what you should get. And then you're going to claim that it doesn't work. And I'm going to just have to call you out and tell you that you're wrong. It's not that it doesn't work. You didn't work. Okay. And as a leader, your coachableness, your teachability index, you got to keep it high until you're at the level of income that you want. And at that point, you can change it. But I tell you what, once you get to the level of income that you won't want to change it. You just won't want to. Okay, all right, we'll move on. But that's number 5. The 6th and last thing that I recommend that they do, and this is just for my reps. You can do this too if you want, but this is for my reps, and I will have all the forms. Again, they'll all be online for you this week. Don't worry. You can copy it. Just don't change it. Either use it as it is or don't use it at all. But when you get to, well, I'm going to do my part in it, just please stop. I just get tired of seeing people lose when they shouldn't be losing over years. There's so many people, at least a dozen. I can name at least a dozen that have been with this for more than a year that should have been at 100,000 at least a year ago, maybe. I'm just being frank. I don't have time to sugarcoat with you. I'm tired. It's been a long weekend. I got a long ride ahead. I don't feel like sugarcoat nothing. Okay. The 6th step that I do with my reps, we talked about this at the meeting today as well. I'll tell you how powerful it was, is texting leads. Not the email. We talked about that. That's a certain type of lead. Okay. It's texting leads. Now, you know, for some of you, you've been a part of freeleadclub.com, and I highly recommend it. What I told people today at the meeting, I said, if you decide to go to freeleadclub.com, and I explained what a lead was. It's a name, phone number, and email address. This is advanced stuff. This is not for rookies. They should have already completed all the other steps before they even think about this. It's the name, phone number, and email address of a person who reached out to a website within the last 24 hours and said, hey, I want to make some extra money. I want to work online. I want to make some money. Now, here's where a lot of people go wrong. They change the verbiage that I use to get results. And that's okay. It's just not going to work the same for you. It's going to take you a while to keep reinventing the wheel and come up with something that works as well as someone like me who's been working leads since 2016. It's just going to take you a while. And you're going to get frustrated, and your team's not going to get the success. They're not going to get the results, and they're going to get mad because they think it doesn't work. But it's not that it doesn't work. You didn't work. That's just me being honest. It's our human nature to just want to be unique and different and do stuff different because we think we know better. Just like we always knew better than our parents until we became parents, right? We knew everything in the world before we moved out the house. I'm sure we did. But boy, does life have a way of educating us. So when my new team member goes to freeleadclub.com, I'm very clear. I say, listen, you're going to get 30 free leads over the next couple of days. We got to make them count. If you don't have $39 in your marketing budget, you need to turn that lead service off as soon as you get that 30th lead. And I'm not going to remind you. I'm telling you now, set an alarm on your phone. Because you don't need more than that. I just need you to get into the habit. And you text the leads. You can text them once a day or text all three the same day. And I'm going to give you some verbiage right now. You don't have to copy it. It'll all be online for you this week. You don't have to copy it down, but I just want you to hear it. This is the verbiage. When I text the lead, I put their first name, Jeff. I just wanted to let you know that there's a real person behind the website you responded to. Are you still looking for a side hustle or extra income? Then I space and I put my name down there. Now, the reason I say it like that is because with this type of lead, it's live and information came in the same day that I got it. I got one today when I was doing the meeting in Charlotte, North Carolina for Rasan, and one of the 5 happened to be a North Carolina resident. And instead of me texting that lead while the meeting is going on, I copy and pasted the information and sent it to Rasan and said, Rasan, reach out to this individual. Okay. Yeah, and you text them the same day as long as it's not too late. You can typically text them within 24, 48 hours. But when you text that person, I just wanted to let you know that there was a real person behind the website you responded to. Are you still looking for a side hustle or extra income? Question mark, space, put your name. It'll all be online. Don't worry about it. Some days you're going to get a 0 out of 3 response. Some days, some days you're going to get 3 for 3. Some days you get 1 for 3. Sometimes a week later, don't delete them from your phone. Sometimes a week later, somebody will just respond and go, yes. I'm like, who is this person? Oh, this is the person from 2 weeks ago. They must have finally got around to it. Sounds good to me. And they ask for information, and that's your opportunity to show the plan, typically through a video, typically. You can invite it to a Zoom, but I recommend websites and videos, and again, we'll talk about that. Now, when my new team member completes this process, which is 6 steps in 7 days, what I do at that time is I give them some bonus information and bonus training that I put away in steps 7, 8, 9, and 10. There's a lot of free, valuable content there. Then I'll send them a little something in the mail. So when you have an opportunity next week to go online and complete this process, and you get to skip the first 2 steps, obviously, you've done them 100 times, you get an opportunity to experience what your new rep can experience. And they don't have to do this with me. I'm not sponsoring these people. You're sponsoring them, but I want to make sure that you're doing things that build their belief the first week, and then they can get access to the same free stuff. You just got to understand the concept. They want the free bonus information, so they're going to do the stuff and finish it on time. And if they don't finish it on time, what does that tell me? It tells me that they failed the leadership test, okay? And you have to go through this, not because you're going to do it, but because at some point, not all of you, some of you just know everything already, I know. But some of you are going to have to teach this. Now, I'll tell you a story when we get into the end of the call. So we're at the meeting in North Carolina earlier today. And let me see, is Rasan on the call? I just want to be able to verify I'm telling this story right. Let me see. Where is Marcus was 2 for 3 on Friday. Exactly. 2 for 3 on Friday. Right. It just works when you work it. I don't know what to tell you. But it's only but you get 30 free. May get some winners out of that, may not. But if you don't have $39 in your marketing budget, please do not do that. You don't need to spend more money on that. You don't need that stuff. Okay. But you need to know how to do it. And I'm gonna tell you why. So at Rasan's meeting today, it was a great meeting. Rasan and Janice, it was incredible. And a gentleman was there. I don't think he's on the call yet, but his name is Jason. And I don't know how Jason knows Rasan, but Jason's there. And ton of packed. I just loved it. Had a great time. And as we go through the training and information, we're teaching the pay plan, asking people if they believe in the industry, like, does it make sense? And everybody says, yeah, yeah. Then I said, who actually thinks you could actually complete these steps and sponsor 3 people? And some people raised their hand, but Jason didn't. Jason did not raise his hand. And I already knew at that moment that when he didn't raise his hand, and I'm glad because I had to convince people to be honest, do not raise your hand if you don't think you can complete the 4 steps in the best system. You don't think you can show the plan to enough people to sponsor 3 people, you don't need to raise your hand right now. He didn't raise his hand. And I saluted him for not raising his hand. He's like, man, I can't do it. So then what I did was I went through the rest of the training, and it happened to be these particular steps, specifically step 3. And when we talked about step 3, it's the business announcement text. And I'm talking to the whole class, but Jason's there. And I said, can everybody here send a text message along the lines of, hey, Jeff, it's Will. Can you do me a favor? Please share this link with anyone you know who wants to make some extra money. Thanks so much. Now, y'all have heard that, but let me ask you, with that text message, did I ask Jeff to join my team? Yes or no? I did not. Thank you. I did not ask Jeff to join my team. Did I ask Jeff to sell anything? No. Did I ask Jeff to buy anything at all? 10 BV, 100 BV, any BVs? No, I didn't. But is Jeff going to share that website with people who want to make extra money? I have no idea. And quite honestly, I don't care. I don't even know. He might not. I don't care. What is Jeff definitely going to do, though? What is he definitely going to do as a human being, like all of us? He is going to go to the website. He's going to look at it himself. So he may share it, he may not. I don't care. I have no idea. But he's going to look at the information. He's going to watch the video on the website. Isn't that all I wanted? Isn't that all I wanted anyway? That's all. That's it. That's all I wanted, is to get an exposure. So it takes away the fear. And so when we talked, that I saw Jason's posture perk up a little bit. His shoulders came up a little bit. His head wasn't in his hand. He wasn't hanging his head. He was like, wait. I might, but he still wasn't sold. He said, I might be able to do something like that. I might. Just a little, I feel like I might. I feel some confidence coming on. I think I can do that part, because I'm not asking anybody to buy, sell, or join anything. Look at Coach Rasan just said. He's been trying to get Jason to look at this opportunity for a year. Now he wants him. Yeah, of course. Of course he does. Of course he does. Good job, Rasan. So I'm watching Jason, because everybody else in the room is excited and they're signing up guaranteed. So I'm just watching Jason. He's all I got left to work on to get 100% sign up rate for the weekend. Okay. And I'm doing this work for Rasan and Janice and Kenya and Charlotte and Sonic and everybody else. I just want my people eating good and winning. Makes me happy. So I saw him perking up a little bit, because anybody can do that. But the part that really did it was, I talked about the lead system. I didn't even get to the point about the free email leads that I'll provide. I didn't even get there. I talked about the 3 leads a day. Jason, money's not an issue. It was his belief in himself. He has no problem spending $39. Now, luckily for him, I spend $39 a month on leads, so I know it works. And it didn't matter if Rasan or Janice did or not. See, you don't have to necessarily do everything on this list, but you need to be able to teach it and operate with integrity. Don't tell people that you're in the lead program if you're not, the cold market lead program. Don't tell them that if you're not. You tell them your coaches are having success doing that, and here's something they do that might be more aligned with the person's personality type. Okay. So when he got through that part, and then we talked a little bit about drop cards and understanding that drop cards, your website is the key to getting that to work. We talked about that a little bit. he realized that he doesn't have to be loud. He just has to be consistent. And not only was he signing up, wanting to join at the end of the meeting, was he trying to get Wes to? He was trying to get Wes to sign up with him. Was he trying? Was Wes trying to get him to sign up with him after the meeting? Mark, Rasan, is that what you told me? That he was trying to get one of the other guests to sign with him? Or did I get the names confused? Let me see what Rasan says. Yeah, so Rasan says, not, so a guy who wouldn't want to even look at this for a year got a few minutes of information about just some different ways to build a business. And not only is he joining, he's trying to get his first number one at the same meet. Like, man, I'm about to do this and blow it up, West. You need to sign with me. That's crazy. But it was fun to watch because that's how it's supposed to happen when you do this business properly. That's the power of our systems. Okay. Now, in summary, as we close, why did they work? Texting leads works for a certain type of person because you don't have to talk to friends and family if you don't want to. Is it going to take you longer to get your 3? Yes, of course. And it should. But some people's personality type, they're introverted green personality types, and they really just don't like dealing with people. They're not people in that way. Okay. So you need to have an option for them to do something that they feel they can do. They may not do it the way I do it or the way you do it. The drop cards work, especially when you know how to tweak a website. Okay, why? Because you don't have to talk to friends and family if you don't want. Are they as fast as talking to people that you really know in person and on social media? No, indeed. But do they still work if you work them over time? 100% yes and forever. Yes. Okay. Why does emailing leads still work today? Why? Because you don't have to talk to your friends and family if you don't want. That's why. You don't have to. Is it going to be as fast as talking to people in person or wearing a button or going to a meeting? No, it's or inviting somebody for coffee or doing a social media post and getting those people who know you. No, it's not going to be that. And you got to be honest with people. I told them, I said, the drop cards aren't free. Texting leads ain't free, and they're slower than talking to friends or family. But if you are just dead set on not talking to friends and family after your hot market, by the way, because we're going to do that. We're going to do that for sure. You won't even make it to this step if you don't do that. But if you are just dead set to never do it again, ever, you can use these methods. Are they as fast? No. But do they still work? Yes. And that's the point. Now, the business announcement text, you may be talking to friends or family, but it still works because at least you're not asking your friends or family to buy, sell, or join. That's your hot market people that you ask to buy. But the other 600 people in your phone, you don't have to ask them to buy. You don't have to ask them to sell. You don't have to ask them to join. It's just, hey, Marcus, it's Will. Can you do me a favor? Please share this website with anybody you know that's looking to make some extra money. Or you can use the favorite product of your choice, and you can use a direct link to the Go to Sign Up page or the HBN page, okay? So in closing, ladies and gentlemen, what we've proven again, as we always tell you, it's just happened again in person this weekend, which is great. People don't need hype. They just don't need the hype. And yeah, Jessica gets it. You got to invest in your business. That is a marketing budget expense. Sony spends like 50% on marketing. You may spend $100 some a month on product, but it's not a bad idea for you to spend a total of $45 or $50 total a month on marketing materials because, and this is the thing, once you sponsor your 3 people, you don't have to do that no more if you don't want to. And that's if you want to max out the pay plan. You can do 2. But if you want to max out the pay plan on the Go to Sign Up side, which if y'all were on the last call, you understand we're talking NBA money. We are at a different level. Our network marketing company, especially Go to Sign Up, with the last tweak of the pay plan that Paula's, I think she's going to end up doing it all on August the 1st. We just went from top tier doctor, lawyer, rookie athlete money to professional athlete money potential. We just separated ourselves from every other company in the industry. I'm just letting you know. Go to sign up with that one move, just separated themselves from every pay plan in the industry that currently exists, and that's no exaggeration. It's not even close no more, okay? But to make it work, even if you got to do some marketing expenses on the front end, even if you got to get to a meeting on the front end, invite some people on the front end, Lord forbid, bring them to Nashville, they'll sign up on the front end. Once you have your 3, you don't have to do it no more. You can cancel all that stuff. Don't send no more emails. Don't text no more people. Don't buy no lead. It's over. But you do have to get it done. And some people negotiate the price of success for so long. Y'all just be negotiating the price of success. And sometimes it's a little bit of money, a little bit of travel. Sometimes it's just being coachable and taking your ego out of the game. Just long enough for you to get your 3 people and get the duplication going. Then you can go act a fool because the job is done, assuming you get the 3 people that need to stick around. They don't need to be superstars. We'll teach them. We'll build them. They don't need hype. They need help. Okay? They don't need charisma. They don't need the big 10 billion people social media following. They need a checklist. They don't need charisma. They need a checklist. They don't need to be sold, like convinced. They need to be shown how to do and then how to improve, and then it'll shift their mindset. So whether or not you're new or seasoned, tonight you have an opportunity to recommit your belief in the industry and to yourself. And I highly recommend you do that. And then once you've done that, it's very important for you to help other people believe. And when you teach our system of how to join, how to recruit, how to get educated, how to sponsor people, the different tools that you can use. There's 100,000 ways to sponsor people. I just share 2 or 3 or 4 in a meeting to cater to the personality type of the prospects that are there, so they have a belief that says, I can do this if I so choose. I am confident now. In fact, let me go recruit Wes. Let me get my first recruit right now. That is why we teach it the way we teach it. And when people try to do it themselves, do their own version of it, water it down, try to go do it and monetize, it just messes it up, because what they're doing is watered down versions of what we do that works. And we know it works, and it's proven to work. You will see other people in the industry try to do the things that we do. It just doesn't work well for them the way it works for us. You'll see people in our company sometimes. They don't want to do it the way we do it, but they want to do what we do, but they want the attention. We don't want the attention. We want the money. We don't care. We got bills. We got families. We got things to do. So if you can be committed to having belief in the process, belief in yourself, belief in the industry, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, from September, October, November, December, see October, November, December, the last technical quarter of the year, those last 3 months, it can be special for you. I say it every single week. But some of you have to get out of your own way and just trust the process. Just trust it to the end of the year. And if you don't like the results, by all means, feel free to start freestyling and do your own, just figure it out for yourself. I'm telling you, go just at that point, whatever. But I don't think you'll want to, okay? So that's what we got tonight. I hope that made sense, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate y'all dialing in. I'm going to mosey back to my domicile, and we'll be in Dallas next week. I cannot wait. It's going to be a blast. Back-to-back beats in Texas, in Copperas Cove, and then in Dallas. It's going to be great. It's going to be absolutely great. Bring your guests, get them in there. We would like to continue our 100% sign-up rate. I think it's doable. I don't think it's been done like this, but I think it's doable. And you might get your 3 there. You just got to put them in the building. And always remember, 100% of the people that you pick up show up. Never forget that, all right? So thank y'all so much for your time. I appreciate y'all, and we will update you on books when they're back in stock this week, as well as putting in the chat the onboarding website for y'all to just browse around, take around, complete the steps so you can see step by step what you should have your new members experiencing as they come into the system so everybody's on the same page. It costs you nothing, but it can make a lot for you if you just want to be coachable and teachable for a couple of months. Okay. Thank you for your time. Tomorrow night, we got Coach Marcus Jones at 7 p.m. Central, the testimonial call. Please do not miss that. Myself, Miriam, and Seymour Greenridge Blake will see you Tuesday night at 7 p.m. 8 p.m. Wednesday, we got the one and only Coach Sonic Jones, the People's Coach, on the Coach's Corner. And Thursday, we have Coach Marcus as well as the Detox Divas. And we'll take off on Friday, and then we'll see you Saturday night on Franchise Factor, unless we're in, Dallas, and unless you're at a live meeting, then we won't be there. But other than that, we will see y'all there. Thank you so much for your time. Y'all have a good night. God bless. And I will see y'all on the next one.